Dear students, today we'll be doing chapter 5 in geometry titled quadrilaterals. You have already done this lesson, the basics. I mean to say, in your 6th standard you learned about the quadrilaterals, and in 8th standard you learned about the different types of quadrilaterals and their properties. Okay, in standard 8, if you remember last year, you learned about the different types of quadrilaterals and their properties. I hope you all remember in your first semester, chapter number 8 in 8th standard was quadrilaterals. Okay, so now let me tell you, dear students, that this is a very important chapter. So it will keep on coming again and again. These properties, this quadrilateral, you need to remember the properties, very important. Don't forget these properties, because you need them to, you need to apply these properties somewhere or the other in your 9th standard, or maybe in your higher class when you go to your 10th standard. You need to know these properties. Okay, so study in such a way that you remember it for lifetime. Okay, so with these words I hope you'll pay attention and you'll. Okay, so let's begin. So dear students, we now come to the concept of a quadrilateral. So my question to you all is, what is a quadrilateral? Okay, now you have learned it in your lower classes. I just want to know from you, just in your mind, just define a quadrilateral. What do you feel is a quadrilateral? And then we'll see the right answer. So let's see what is a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a two-dimensional, four-sided, closed polygon. Two dimensional, but it's a flat figure. Okay, four-sided. The word quadrilateral. The word quadrilateral comes from the word quadri. Quadri means four, and lateral means sides. So four-sided. Okay, and closed polygon. Okay, it's a closed figure. It's a closed polygon. As you can see down here, I'll just show you. So let's say, can you see this closed figure? This figure is completely closed. All the sides, all the four sides are joined to each other. So this is what I called a closed figure. Now this figure also has got four sides. One, so follow the spotlight, laser pointer. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But is it a closed figure? No, it's a open figure. Why open? Because as you can see the spotlight here, this side is open. Okay, this side, these two sides are not joined to each other. So that's why I call it a four side. So this, what you can see, this closed figure is what I call a quadrilateral, whereas this figure I cannot call a quadrilateral, though it has got four sides, though it is two dimensional, but I cannot call it a quadrilateral, because it is an open figure. Why open? Because this side, the first side and the fourth side, they are not joined to each other. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now, for those of you who felt you are given the right answer, you can pat your own backs and congratulate yourself. Those of you are not, those who had got the definition wrong in your mind, this is what you have to remember. Let's see the next. Every quadrilateral, as we all are aware, has got four sides, four angles, four vertices, and two diagonals. Okay, four sides. No, every quadrilateral. That's why the word is quadrilateral. Quadri means four, and lateral means sides. Four angles. No, this angle. Can you see the spotlight? One angle, two angle. This is the third angle. This is the fourth angle. Or I can draw it with the pen. If you can see it better. So make this angle. This is one angle. This is the other angle, this is the third angle, and this is the fourth angle. Can you see? So it has got four angles. So four sides, four angles, four vertices. Vertice means corners. So if you can see, this is the corner here. Can you see the corner? Okay, I'll just show you the spotlight, laser pointer. So this corner, can you see this one corner, two corner, three corners, and four corners and two diagonals. It has got two diagonals. I think you know what's a diagonal. So what is a diagonal? A diagonal is something which joins the opposite corner, segment joining the opposite corners or vertices. For example, it has got two diagonals. I'm just showing you this color. So this is one diagonal, okay, and this is the other diagonal. Can you see? Okay. So let's give me some names. So let's say I call it angle A. This is called little A, B. I call it C, and I call it B. Okay. So I've got four sides. Who are the four sides? Side AB, side BC, side CD, and side AD. Who are the four angles? Angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. Who are the four vertices? Four vertices: point A, point B, point C, and point D. And who are the two diagonals? Diagonal AC and diagonal BD. Diagonal BD. So two diagonals. Is it clear? So in total, it will have these. Also, these are the elements of a quadrilateral, or the parts of a quadrilateral. The last property of a quadrilateral is the sum of all the four angles of a quadrilateral total to 360 degree. Sum means total. In mathematics, sum means total. Like somebody asks, what is the sum of 2 and 3? The sum of 2 and 3 means 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Okay. So, is it clear? So what is the logic behind it? Why we say the sum of, okay, the sum of all four angles of a quadrilateral 360. So let's see. I'll just tell you roughly what is the logic behind it. I'm just rubbing it off first. Okay, let me rub this off. So let's say I've got. Why will we say sum of the four angles 360? Because the logic is the quadrilateral. As you can see, when I draw a diagonal, I drew the diagonal BD is made up of two triangles. Okay, this is the first triangle, triangle ABD, and second triangle is triangle BCD. So you have BAD, triangle BAD, and BCD. Okay. So can you see that? I hope you can see this. So you have triangle BAD here and triangle BCD here. Okay. Now each triangle, we know in the second lesson you learned that the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is how much? 180 degree. So एक ट्रायंगल में तीनों एंगल मिलके कितना होता है 180. Okay, and since there are two triangles, so 180 plus 180 becomes 360. That's why we say quadrilateral, the sum of the four angles of quadrilateral is 360, because the quadrilateral is made up of two triangles. So every time you draw a diagonal, the quadrilateral gets divided into or partitioned into two triangles, and that's why we say sum of the four angles is 360. So if you add all the four angles of quadrilateral, it will always total to 360. I hope this is clear. Okay, let me wipe it off. So next we go on to the concept of a parallelogram. Parallelogram. The word parallelogram, the word is parallel there, no? So that means it has got something to do with parallel. So what is the actual? What is the actual definition of parallelogram? Parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which the opposite sides are parallel. For example, side AB will be parallel to side DC and side BC will be parallel to A. Okay, so they are parallel sides. So I just mark them with a red sign. So I'll put an arrow here. Can you see? This is one and this is one. So these two sides are parallel, side AB and side BC, and so also these two sides are parallel. Side AD is parallel to side BC. Okay, so I have shown by arrows. The arrows show that they are. So I'll just show a double arrow here just to make it look different. So this is one. Okay, so you can see a side AB. Okay, side AB is parallel to side DC and side BC is parallel to side AD, and that is what we call a quadrilateral. So what is a quadrilateral? The definition of a parallelogram: a quadrilateral in which the opposite sides are parallel is called a parallelogram. Okay. So That is the first basic property. Opposite sides are parallel, as I told you just now. Second, opposite sides are congruent. Okay, only opposite sides are congruent. For example, if I were to tell you, so let's say this side here. Okay, so let's say this side is 9 centimeter. So this side also will be 9 because opposite sides are congruent. So if I say this side is 7 centimeter, how much? 7. So even this side will be, side BC also will be 7. So if side AB is 9, side, so is it clear? So if side BC AB is 9, BC also will be 9. Opposite sides are congruent. If side BC is 7, side AD also will be 7. Always the opposite sides will be congruent. Congruent means of the same length. Then opposite angles are congruent. Okay, congruent in angles, congruent matlab they'll be have the same measure. Okay, they'll have the same measure. So opposite angles, can you see here the marking here for angle A, the single marking here A, and here it is what, C. Okay, so A and C, these angle A and angle C are congruent. Why? Because they're opposite angles. So also, can you see a double marking here? Follow the laser pointer. Okay, so here angle B has got double marking and D also has got double marking. Why? Because B and D are congruent because they are opposite angles. Okay, opposite corners. Can you see opposite corners? So angle B is congruent to angle D and angle C will be congruent to angle A. Opposite angles are congruent. Okay, next property of a parallelogram is the diagonals bisect each other. The diagonals bisect each other. Clear? So what do I mean by diagonals bisect each other? Bisect, by means two, no? So by means two and sect means cuts. So in other words, it means the diagonals they cut each other into two equal parts. So one diagonal, the first diagonal cuts the other diagonal into two equal parts, and the second diagonal cuts the first diagonal into two equal parts. So they cut each other into two equal parts. Bisect cuts two equal parts. So let's see if I want to tell you. So let's say the full diagonal AC. Okay, the diagonal AC is, let's say, is 8 centimeter. How many? 8. So if diagonal AC is 8, so BD will cut AC into two equal parts. So what will be side AM? AM. Okay, I said it is 8 cent. Full AC is 8 cent. That means AM will be 4 and MC or CM also will be 4. So it will cut into two equal parts. So BD will cut AC. AC was 8 centimeter. So AM is 4 and CM is 4. Okay, why? So in other words, okay, then same way if I say diagonal BD is, let's say, 6 centimeter. How many centimeter? 6 centimeter. So if diagonal BD is 6 centimeter, what will AC do? AC will cut BD. AC will cut BD into two equal parts. So how much will be BM and MD? So DM will be 3 and BM also will be 3. Is it clear? So that means, in other words, can you see what can I say in other words? In other words, I can say for that point M, this point M is the midpoint of diagonal BD also and AC also. It is the center or the midpoint of both diagonal BD and diagonal AC. Okay. So as is it clear? So what diagonals bisect each other means? It means that simply it means that they cut each other into two equal parts. So if AC is full 8 centimeter, it will become 4 4. If BD is 6, it will become 3 3. Okay. Is it clear till here? Then we go on to the last property of a parallelogram, that is adjacent angles are supplementary. Adjacent angles are supplementary. So what do I mean by adjacent angles supplementary? So I'll just give a small example. So before that, I'll just rub off the old the remaining part, remaining things, so you don't get confused. So I'll just rub it off. Okay. Now let's say, so Adjacent angle supplementary means बाजू बाजू वाला angle is supplement, मतलब neighboring angles. Okay, adjacent, adjoining, consecutive or neighboring, they all mean the same thing. They all mean the same thing. Okay, so it means the same thing. So let's say now adjacent angle supplementary. Now what's you understand what is the word adjacent? Adjacent means baju baju wala, neighboring angles. Like who's, if I ask you who's the adjacent angle for angle A, you'll say angle D and angle B, because who's there next to angle A, D and B. C is opposite to A, so he is not neighboring. Now adjacent angles are what? Now this is clear to you what is adjacent angle. Now what are they? They are supplementary. They are supplementary. That means they total to 180 degrees. So let me give a small example. So two neighboring angles will always total to 1. So if I say angle A, can you see your angle A? So let's say angle, if I tell you angle A is, let's say 80 degree. How many? How much? 80 degree. Angle A is 80 degree. So how much will be angle B? Now angle B is an adjacent angle. Adjacent मतलब बाजू वाला angle है उसका. So if this is 80, I told you they are supplementary. Adjacent and supplementary. So the angle B will be 180 minus 80. That will be 100. Clear? So also angle D. Angle D. How much will be angle D? Now angle D is adjacent to angle A. Okay, उसके बाजू वाला है ना वो. So this also will be, that means angle D and angle A will be supplementary. A plus D will be total to 180. So how much will be D? 180 minus 80, that is again it will be 100. Is it clear? So I am writing here 100. Clear? So clear. Now what about angle C? Angle C is opposite to angle A, and we learned in the second point here. In the second point, can you see we have learned, third point, opposite angles are congruent. So if angle A is 80, so obviously angle C also will be 80 degrees. Can you see from angle A I got angle B, that is 100, and I got angle D, and I got angle C as the opposite angle, so which I wrote as congruent, 80 80. So if you know one angle, you can know all the angles. Simple as that. Okay, if you know one angle, you can know all the angles. I hope this is clear. Okay, so let me rub it off.